The freshman quarterback. They run left with Rico Dowdle, and UMass there to blow it up. Steve Casale is coming in from his linebacker spot. Cole, what do you see?
Tom, we've seen that A-gap blitz from the inside linebackers of UMass multiple times in this game. They like to pick and choose where they bring their pressure from. I thought you would see the majority of it come from the edge against the South Carolina defense, whose tackles have struggled, especially in pass protection, but trying to attack the A-gaps here early.
A-gap just between the center and guard. Coming right off that center, Allen Knott. That time past left guard Zach Bailey. It's a loss of 3. Pressure from the edge this time, Cole, and they're going to go deep down the sideline. Separation was there. Pass is incomplete. Debo Samuel had a step on Lee Moses, but the ball just hung up a little bit.
Well, you could see it coming. Not sure which direction the wind's blowing, but he does a very nice job of putting air under the football. I'll tell you what, if anything, it should have been pass interference on Moses. He never turned around, just threw his hands up, face guarding. Everything spells pass interference, yet the flag never hit the field.
3rd and 13, pressure coming up the middle again. Casale will get there, and he wraps up Jake Bentley. It's a loss of 9, and while UMass gambled going for it on 4th down, their defense able to get them out of that hole.
Yeah, talking with Tom Masella, the defensive coordinator for UMass earlier in the week, this is what they wanted to do. If they were going to start the true freshman and Jake Bentley, they were going to heat. You got man-to-man on this side of the field right in here. Go ahead and let him take a shot.
No gain on 1st down, David Williams.
It can become predictable where UMass is starting to play the run on 1st down. You got to mix it up. Go ahead and open things up for him. At some point this season, he's going to have to throw to win games. You might as well get the reps now.
That might be next week against Tennessee. Second and 9. Bentley pressured, swings it out to Williams. And we got flag on the play. Lee Moses on the tackle. Multiple flags in the backfield.
It's going to be a holding penalty, but I tell you what, impressed with Jake Bentley. Oh, roughing the passer.
Automatic 1st down.
I tell you what, getting through progressions. Mentioned it coming back from the half. He's reading down the field. That's about his 3rd option, is the check down to David Williams. And Deshaun Dowdy a little bit late on Jake Bentley. It's going to cost him about 15 yards, but that's the thing I think I'm most impressed with. We know that he can throw the football. Watched him in pregame warmups. He's dropped a couple of nice passes in for touchdown passes to K.C. Crosby and Brian Edwards, but just getting through the progression and then checking the football down, he's been excellent. That's hard to teach and to get freshmen to understand.
Hurst in motion. Movement. UMass looked like they jumped. Handoff to A.J. Turner. We do have flags down. Shockey Holiness in on the stop for UMass. A little anxious on that far side.
Offside, defense number 41, 5-yard penalty, repeat 1st down.
I mean, UMass has been competitive today,
yeah,
but they just can't get out of their own way.
And it would be an even better game. Watch up top, you see the movement there. Again, Deshaun Downey, but fumbles, the interception, now penalties you throw in there.
A penalty on 1st down when they had the ball in the last possession back to
You're
ball.
still in the ball game, but imagine how much closer it would be if you just take away half the mistakes that UMass has made.
David Williams inside the 10. 4 yards on 1st and 5, and now South Carolina can do whatever you want. What they want to do now is bring in McElwain, and even the energy with which Jake Bentley runs off the field when he gets subbed out is something refreshing.
He is. It'll change over time. He is just so happy to be in there and be a part of this and getting his 1st start. He's fired to everything. It's exciting for him.
It's like a rookie baseball player that runs out every ground ball. McElwain, he's a baseball player. He takes it straight up the right side. Brought down short of the goal line. This is Jake Bentley when he got subbed out for McElwain moments ago.
Nice little hustle. Nice little, some dap right there. Like it. You know what? And that's contagious. It rubs off on teammates.
McElwain still in the game. Williams again. Touchdown again. 1 yard plunge for Williams, his second touchdown of the day. Here's Deebo Samuel on the jet sweep. All the way up the sideline, and he dances his way out of bounds in a gain of 23. Deebo Samuel, third-year sophomore from Inman, South Carolina, has been beset by hamstring injuries over his young football playing career, but he's healthy now.
Yeah, the speed to get to the edges is something that they talked about. They being Kurt Roper wanted to get Samuel involved along with Dowdle. Get him out on the edges, take advantage of the speed advantage South Carolina had on offense.
Here's Samuel again on the screen, and he'll get a few here. They monitor his reps in practice with a GPS unit, and Deebo Samuel's practices essentially end whenever he crosses a 3,000-yard plateau per practice. Well, Muschamp was talking to us about it. He's, our history shows and our medical research shows that most of these hamstring injuries occur and problems arise because of fatigue, so we have to manage his practice load. Now, game day, Katie barred the door. He can be out there all day.
Yeah.
David Williams taken down at the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1. Shockey Holiness with the stop. Glad our bosses don't put GPS units on us. You've seen my trips to the buffet last night.
You see mine, the California Dreaming, twice in 2 days. Can't shake the place when I come to Columbia.
I don't know if anything makes you happy.
Oh, it puts a smile on my face. Straight from the airport.
3rd and 6 for Jake Bentley. Pressure. We got a hand on him. Bentley felt that pressure, and he took off. Found one. Deshaun Downey, junior from White Plains, New York, in on the stop. Couple of seasons. It was a lot more fun playing in this one. Rico Dowdle. Gain of 5.
There was no doubt, talking to Holloman yesterday, that they were going to bring some pressure. Only 3 interceptions, and that's still for T-Rob, the defensive coordinator, 3 interceptions, only 17 return yards. Well, that one wasn't a big return by Lamont, but they're certainly glad to have the football back.
Dowdle again, Woom again, and he bounces this to the outside. The freshman running back picks up 16 yards and a first down. Kari Bailey-Smith finally brings him down.
I'm telling you, this team, when you can get some production in the passing game, and now it will open up this, because you're not sitting there with 8-man fronts all game long and trying to run the football. So you'll get some production from the running backs, David Williams, Dowdle, A.J. Turner, and now you got a guy that can push the ball down the field, and Jake Bentley.
On the ground, running to that trips side of the formation. Bailey-Smith to tackle, gain of 1. Cole?
Tom, really like what I'm seeing from left guard Zach Bailey for the South Carolina Gamecocks. Previous 2 plays, he pulls out to the right, gets a nice kick-out block on both occasions, which springs 2 big runs, blocks back on that previous play. Talk to anybody on this offensive staff, they'll tell you he is their biggest asset up front along the offensive line.
Yeah, he's a good young player, just a sophomore. He's their best run blocker and played some center last year, got some versatility to his game.
Play for John McKissick at Somerville High School here in South Carolina, legendary coach there. Look right, come back left. Deebo caught up 2 and lost the football. Right back to UMass, scooped up by Isaiah Rogers. And Rogers has room down to the 30. And the game of ping pong. All scrimmages. He was, of the 3 quarterbacks, the one that continuously went deep. And offensive coordinator Kurt Roper said, yeah, Yeah, that's something he'll do, and we don't want to break him of it. He said, I got to find a way to control it because you get a corner on the offside, he might come over and make you pay for it, but I don't ever want to break him of that aggressive attitude.
Well, I think he studies the game, and he's smart enough to where he knows when to pick and choose to go deep. And you've seen it in this game, and getting through progressions, the pre-snap reads, knowing where to go with the football. He's done a nice job of that.
Williams hit immediately in a big stop by Peter Angay and Deshaun Downey.
And Downey starting to come to life. One of their better pass rushers off the edge and playmakers in this defense with Shane Uber out. They really need him to have the type of game that he's capable of having. Just a junior out of White Plains, New York.
Here's Brandon McElwain. Two-sport standout. Perfect game All-American on the diamond, playing for Chad Holbrook's South Carolina baseball team when he's not playing football. Got into 8 games last year. No gain there for the freshman from Newtown, Pennsylvania. Made 3 starts this season. But
Freshman quarterback and Jake Bentley.
So Bentley trying to will them to a win here in the 4th quarter, directing traffic. He gets Samuel to throw a block for him, and he slides down after a gain of 7.
A nice job there, not panicking, and as he's approaching the line of scrimmage, he's directing traffic, just out there having fun.
Cole, what do you see?
Talked to Brian Blackman, Opelika High School head coach, this morning, actually, Tom, and he said Jake Bentley won me over in moments that he was under pressure at Opelika High School. Played their rival Auburn High School last year. Game-winning drive with under 2 minutes left. Said that's the moment I knew this kid can lead. Is going to be a big-time player.
Well, it's a big step up from Alabama high school football, and a big step to Deebo Samuel's got the first down. Past the 40-yard line, a gain of 24.
Well, right on the money. Up the seam goes Samuel. And Jake Bentley throws a dime of his own. Watch here, off the play fake, looking outside, comes back inside to Samuel. That's nice work. True freshman in a pressure situation. And Jake Bentley starting to deliver for South Carolina.
8th catch for 105 for Samuel. Bentley deep down the sideline. Too much. Brian Blackman, his high school coach, made the drive over from Alabama to be at this game today. We've got a flag on the play down inside the 30. That's going to give South Carolina some yardage.
That's what we were talking about earlier. He's not afraid to take deep shots. We're in a big part of the ball game.
Pass interference. Defense number 27. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And with the receivers of South Carolina, the Brian Edwards, Deebo Samuel, have to realize is this guy can get you the football. You don't stop running. Perry Orth, Brandon McElwain, they can't make that throw. But certainly Jake Bentley can.
Well, isn't it also a frame of mind, that aggressive mindset to make the throw, even to attempt it, whether or not you have the arm strength? That's where he's looking.
Yeah, and they're not, used to it. This is the first game with this type of arm strength on the field with this receiving group. So it takes a little bit of adjusting to trust that I can continue running and the ball's going to get there.
So first down for the Gamecocks after the PI. And we've got another flag down as Rico Dowdle tries to find some room.
It's usually an illegal formation when it comes in from the side. And that quickly.
Illegal formation on the offense. More than 4 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
You just count them there. You'll see them all in the backfield right here. Too many. The officials are going to call it every time. You needed one more on the line of scrimmage.
Probably that wide receiver that was at the top of the formation. So 1st and 15. 3:05 to go. UMass has 2 timeouts remaining.
It is still a long way to the finish line. But the way Jake Bentley's playing, you feel like you're in good hands if you're Will Muschamp. He has taken care of the football today. They
want him to milk the clock a little bit here. The play clock starts. And we'll get under 3 minutes. Take the time, look at the clock, and wait for the snap is this instruction from the sideline. Get it at least to single digits. And he'll take off up the middle, find nothing. Loss of 2. Ali Musa there.
I understand what the coaching staff is trying to do, but sometimes that just kills the rhythm of the offense. If you're this close, you're driving, you got a hot quarterback, the offense is moving the football, just go execute. You're going to run the football, run it, but don't bring him out of the huddle and have them standing at the line of scrimmage and the clock's just running. You become stale offensively, and I think that's what happened on the last snap, that last play.
Imagine you're not doing your offensive line any favors
None.
either.
It's a long time to ask the big guys to stay in a stance.
They'll do it again here. Play clock will get to 5. Pressure coming. Bentley over the middle. Incomplete. There are multiple flags. Line judge just launched his 30 yards. Bakari Goodson had the coverage. Trying to get it to Jacob August.
Yeah, Goodson had a big interception last week against Louisiana Tech, but wrapped up and then kind of wheeled his body in front around the receiver. Certainly interference.
Pass interference, defense number 45. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Young player, true freshman that continues to improve, but when that ball got through, it went right through the hands of Jacob August, the tight end.
1:49 remaining. On a drive where UMass desperately needs a stop.
They need a turnover at this point. 1:49. You've got to have the football. And if I'm South Carolina, I'm just going to run it from this point on. Start forcing the timeouts with a 1st and 10.
August and Hurst will shift to the right side. Rico Dowdle's bottled up. Timeout taken by UMass to stop the clock with 1:41. Well, got down to
Crosby. Samuel is dynamic with the ball in his hands, and Edwards, he's starting to make plays.
On 2nd down. Gain of 2. That will leave 3rd and 5. 1:36 remaining. Another timeout used by UMass. That will be their last. Will Muschamp that had he been committed to Auburn or Alabama, maybe the Opelika School District would have been more understanding of trying to find that last class to get his high school diploma. Rico Dowdle on the left side, as it were. He had to get his high school diploma in Spartanburg, South Carolina. They'll go victory formation the rest of the way. Jake Bentley comes off the bench, essentially. They take off his red shirt, and he comes out to lead South Carolina to a win in his very first start. They were only averaging 305 yards a game. Now with them, nearly 400 today. They averaged only 14 points a game before today. And now
a season high of only 20. And you take the red shirt off Jake Bentley, and he's able to put up 34.
So this is one game. What about his performance?